2,
1.
blast off!
I know, you see, somehow the world is gonna change for me and be so wonderful. Welcome everybody
It's all
to the
for
real.
I'm telling you just how I feel.
Welcome everybody to the reunion episode of iCarly. We have Miranda Cosgrove and Freddie Fazbear on the podcast
Special guest
today.
star Gibby,
Special
whose name is actually just Gibby.
Yeah, and for special guest star Miranda Cosgrove, Jeanette McCurdy, Gibby, and Freddie Fazbear. Oh,
I don't think you got the right Freddie, dude.
we don't. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the fucking podcast, yo.
Welcome back to the Nightmare on Gunch Street.
That's true.
What's that guy's name? That's a Freddy too, right? Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
That's the
Yeah.
special guest star Freddy Krueger. He's gonna be coming to your dreams tonight because that's the only reality he can exist in.
Yeah.
So stay tuned until after the podcast. You will be visited by Mr. Krueger.
One can consider all of this 2020 nonsense a living nightmare. So he might already be out in the real world. Who knows?
Pretty much, man. He's out there with the AI robots and the murder hornets.
He's hanging out with Kyle, Elon's Musk baby.
Kyle? That's his nickname?
No, that's supposedly how you pronounce the name.
Oh.
Kyle. It's like formulaic
Okay,
pronunciation. And
we got a lot to dive into today, don't we?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot. It's just like you think after every week that passes, you think it's gonna die down at least a little, but no. No, every week there's some shit.
Not on the internet, man.
No.
Definitely not on the internet.
But I don't know. I felt like 2019 was such a relatively boring year in comparison because it's not like every week something was happening. But so far in 2020, every week has been a headline consistently.
I don't know. I think we're living in a outrage culture where everything has to be blown out of proportion.
Oh my god.
And if nothing happens, then they'll make something happen. Like the freaking Hornets, which is totally not like anything to worry about. And yet, here we are.
I don't know, man. To me, that sounds like some kind of supervillain origin story. I think that dead Hornet, the one dead Hornet that they found is like the dead spider that bit Peter Parker.
That's like patient zero.
Yeah, someone got bit by it, and now you'll see in the month of June we're gonna have the rise of the first ever supervillain. It's Murder Hornet.
Oh yeah, I thought you were saying superhero because I was like Murder Hornet.
Oh,
that
no.
definitely sounds more supervillain.
With how 2020 is going, it's definitely gonna be a supervillain. No way that's gonna be a superhero.
And we're gonna have Elon's baby rise from his cocoon
exactly
to be the one to combat it.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to go into. I was just like, what if Kyle is like the prophesized hero to stop like the murder hornet, the supervillain murder hornet?
I mean, if you think about it, Tony Stank, his dad was the one that like paved the way for Tony to become the hero.
That's true.
So Elon wouldn't be the Iron Man as many people think. It would actually be
his son, yeah.
Kyle.
It's actually like a Star Wars story, Elon turns to the dark side. And then what's another rich person that could take Kyle under
Bezos?
Bezos, yeah.
Bezos would be like the Professor X.
He'd be like Palpatine.
Yeah, he'd be like the evil one.
with his one really open eye. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Where Bezos has like one eye that's very normal and then his other eye is like always like wide open.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen Shazam?
Yeah.
He's the villain from Shazam,
dude.
With the crystal eye.
he's what's that actor's name? Norman Strong or something? I don't even Strong. Know. Mark Strong.
You must join the dark side.
He's such a good actor because he could play a really good guy and a really good bad guy. It's just like whatever you see him in, he's fucking great. And he only ever has to play himself. He's one of those like actors where all they ever have to do is play themselves.
Lord Vader, I have my new apprentice, Kyle.
Lord Elon.
Lord Kyle.
Lord Bill Gates.
Oh, gosh.
All the rich people.
But yeah, in case you guys don't know what the heck we're talking about, right? So Elon I guess his wife announced, or is his wife, girlfriend, Grimes,
Wife
famous
Grimes.
singer,
Yeah.
announced their child's name, and it's spelled a very peculiar way, isn't it?
Yes, it's spelled like.
It's dial-up internet.
But is Grimes a famous singer? Like, how famous is... I've never heard of Grimes until Elon Musk.
You know, honestly, I don't think I have either. I thought he was married to R.L. Grime, the dubstep producer.
My God.
Well, but yeah, no, I mean, she's famous, but I like probably amongst like, you know, a teenage girl crowd or something.
A very like
we're probably not the demographic, you know.
Is it Grimes her real? It's definitely not her real name. Let me see. Grimes, Claire Elise Boucher. What the
Boucher?
She's from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh my gosh, she's related to Bowser.
Doug Bowser comes full circle. He's the true supreme villain of the story. It's ironic because his name is Bowser. But I don't know, dude. When I first saw that they announced, like, that's their kid's name, I swore it was a joke. It was another repeat of, like, what I said about the Kim Jong-un story, which is another thing we have to get back to. But let's focus on Kyle right now. I thought it was a joke. I 100% thought it was a joke.
It's spelled X and then AE, like American Eagle, and then A12.
Yep.
The A and E are together, by the way, which had a lot of people guessing how it would be pronounced. I thought it was going to be like Shay or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he had to go on Twitter and specify that it was pronounced Kyle because it was like some kind of formula thing. And the way the formula is pronounced would be pronounced as Kyle. I'm just like...
It makes no sense. Only to Elon.
I guess. For me, I was just waiting to see like what you would say about it because I heard that Elon is one of your idols. And I was just like, oh boy, I wonder what Munch is going to get from this shit. Elon
I mean,
Musk's
I honestly,
Kyle.
my heart kind of, you know, I felt some pain in my chest whenever he started coming out saying like, I still don't know exactly what happened, but I think it was like Texas announced they were opening up for the corona and everything, and he's like backing them, like, yes, freedom and all this stuff. So it's very much seemed like he was just straight up on the side of like the protesters and like America #1 and stuff, you know.
Well, you know what they say, never meet your heroes.
And then like not even a week later, he announces that the kid. Which
his android child.
I feel like a lot of people just forgot about the fact that he was, you know, like, yeah, I guess protesting the liberation of the virus, the masks.
He's trying
the unmasking.
He's trying to spread the virus.
Elon unmasked.
He has stocks in the virus. I know it. He has stocks in 5G.
That's a huge thing too with like Bill Gates right now.
Yeah, supposedly that he has like a patent on coronavirus. I don't know if any of that is true or whatever, but like if it is, that's some
it's definitely
crazy,
in the
like,
conspiracy territory, which like seems to be part of our podcast now. With
I
the
guess
alien talk and everything.
Well, with the alien talk, and then now with Kim Jong-un still being alive, and it turns out that he faked his death. Supposedly faked his death to see who in his inner circle would try to take power. That's some elaborate That's the
shit, ultimate relationship test right there.
That's like the ultimate supervillain like plan, dude. That's such a supervillainy like Saturday morning monster of the week evil villain plan. Who does that?
It is the ultimate testing the inner evil circle. That's literally some Austin Powers shit.
There's like a name for that. There's when like you intentionally like put someone in a situation where they're either committing a crime or admitting to a crime that I forgot. It's not incrimination, because incrimination is when you like...
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name, though, either.
Me and my sister were talking about it the
other
day.
Is it extortion or something like that?
No, extortion is kind of like when... Isn't it like kind of like blackmailing?
I don't know, man. I'm not that smart, all right? Come on. I only graduated high school.
Oh, don't say that. You're one of the smartest boys I know. Smartest little creatures I know about.
Now ask me about Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, and then I got you. With,
I watched,
with the
dude.
facts.
I watched JonTron's video on it, like the newest one. I couldn't believe this shit. I just could not bring myself to. And I finally saw the chick you told me about, who was super skeptical about the psychic, and everything that the psychic did. She would look at her with a face like.
That's what I was saying, dude. You said it. Never meet your heroes, man. Like, you think Pepper Potts, she's Pepper Potts, dude, but that's just a mask. It's just an act.
It's just like, I've always heard of like Gwyneth Paltrow, like that some people find her hard to work with and like get along with. But when I found out about like Goop and all her weird shit, and then like watching the documentary, it's just like you can tell like sort of that even she knows that this is just all one big con. Where it's just like, how do people fall for this shit? Like, even she can't put that.
I think honestly, I think she's fell for her own scheme, like scam, I guess. Scheme, scam, same thing.
I just think fucking money talks, man. Like,
yeah, and that could be partly why. Like, it's. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but nah, she's pretty much just trying to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, at this point. Oh, entrapment.
Oh.
That's the word.
How did that get
I don't
into
know.
your
It just stayed
like
thought
bubble all of a sudden?
I stayed thinking about it in the back of my head, and it just suddenly popped up. Entrapment. That's like the ultimate entrapment.
Thought about
scheme.
how you watched The Parent Trap last weekend, and suddenly,
trap.
It's a trap.
It's just like I was watching all of my favorite anime stories, and I was just like, trap. That's
No, that was me that actually watched The Parent Trap recently.
Wait, you watched The Parent Trap recently? How recently?
Like last weekend.
Why'd you watch The Parent Trap?
I don't remember. I think we were just browsing Disney Plus, and
you were just like, yes, the Lohan twins.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it from when I was a kid, but
yeah,
like,
when
not
I was
at
little.
all. And I was getting it confused with the other, not Freaky Friday, but there's some other. I forgot.
The Olsen twins.
No, I don't know.
Because like it's just like Parent Trap is just like fake Lohan twins.
Oh, I don't know, not the Princess Diaries. What's the one with Anne Hathaway?
The Princess Diaries.
Is that the Princess Diary?
The other one is Princess Bride, which is like that other one with like.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, but I know the famous line, the Antonio Montoya.
I've only seen it once.
Day.
You killed my father. Prepare to die. You killed my father.
I don't know how I got it confused with Princess Diaries.
Because they both start with princess, I guess.
No, it's The Parent Trap.
Oh.
Not The Princess Trap.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it was actually pretty good, especially for the time. I mean, I don't know. The way they did the shots, I thought was pretty good, and I'm sure they had a body double or like a girl that looked almost exactly like her. Because some of those, I don't know. I thought that it was pretty good, even though obviously it's a remake, and they did the same thing way, way long before, but it didn't look quite as convincing.
A remake of what?
The Parent Trap. It's actually a remake.
Of what
the
movie?
Lindsay Lohan one. Of The Parent Trap.
There's another Parent Trap other than the Lindsay Lohan one?
Yeah, there's like a 70s one, I think.
Whoa.
And then the mom. So you know how in the movie, like the dad, Lindsay Lohan's dad, like one of them, they're split, right? There's two twins and their parents are split.
Lindsay Lohan's dad is a trap.
And then he finds himself in his own trap.
Yeah, in his own trap.
With this other lady.
Then he finds out the mom was also a trap.
Oh, God.
And it's just this whole,
it's a whole dilemma
situation. But, like, who were the actors in the 70s ones?
That's what I'm saying. So the dad is into this other girl, and that's the whole thing in the movie. Like, they're trying to break him up so that he can get back with the mom.
Uh-huh.
But, so, it's kind of hard to explain, but the mom of the dad's girlfriend played the original mom in the old 70s one.
So the mom of the actress or the mom character in the movie?
In the movie, yeah, the character.
Okay, so
the actress in the movie played the mom of not Lindsay Lohan, but whoever the original girl was.
Okay.
So it's like a weird, like, they've done that in other movies, like when they do one, years and years later. It's
where
kind of
they
like
take casts from the old ones.
yeah, like I don't know if you probably didn't watch the Flash CW show, right?
No, but I know that the original Flash actor is in it as the Golden Age Flash.
Yeah, he plays the Jay Garrick one with the weird tin hat.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool too. It's like
doesn't
cool
he
Easter
also
egg,
play his dad?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with the multiverse theory thing. It gets pretty complicated, but
yeah, I can only imagine.
He plays Barry's dad, but also the old school Flash, and then there's another one too. There's a third version of him that I forgot.
Oh boy,
like he plays another different Barry Allen. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's too much. Yeah,
it just gets.
Yeah, that's.
I stopped watching the show. That's not the reason why, but I don't know.
I think there's a lot of reasons why that show kind of like got off the rails after a while.
I still only stan season 1. That's the only, like, maybe season 2 because I kind of liked the villain, but season 1 is still like, it felt very Sam Raimi Spider-Man to me, and that's still like one of my favorite.
Yeah, you're still you're still a Raimi shill.
Yeah,
Toby shill. Yeah, your little Daddy Raimi.
Totally ram Raimi.
You would totally ram Daddy Raimi. That's for sure. I've heard you say it multiple times, even in your sleep. That's how deep this goes.
I often do dream of Raimi. That's right.
I mean, you have that portrait of him at the top of your bed frame. It's hard not to catch those vibes falling directly onto your head. I'm pretty sure that's how you started, like, having such an infatuation with him. One night that the frame just fell on your head, and you haven't really been the same since.
It's like that Wolverine meme where he's holding the picture, except mine is just Sam Raimi.
It's just Sam Raimi.
I'm like, God damn it, Tom Holland. You're good, but you ain't. Like, why can't we go back to the golden days?
Have you ever seen, like, any other Raimi movies, like Evil Dead?
That's probably the only one that I know of, and I don't know if I finished it. I don't remember it that well.
Oh, man.
But I know he has a very, like, campy vibe.
Evil Dead 1 was more kind of, like, serious. For sure. And it was a lot of, like, it was very much focused on, like, the gore and shit. Evil Dead 2 and onward was when he really started falling into that camp field.
Yeah, where it feels almost kind of like a parody of its own genre.
Especially,
I don't know. I love those types of movies. Like, very, like, meta. Like, we know what the tropes are, and, like, they play into them, like, in a funny way.
Yeah. I mean, I've liked a lot of Sam Raimi movies, dude. But, like, I heard supposedly he's going to be directing Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, yeah, I did hear something about that. Didn't he also... No, it wasn't... I thought he did the new It movie. Or not It, The Shining. You know how The Shining sequel came out
Dr.
and, like,
Sleep?
barely anyone heard of it? Yeah.
I haven't watched it either. I read the book, but I haven't watched the movie. I heard it was good, but that a lot of people sleeped on it. Get it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Well, I wasn't going to make the exact pun, but yes.
Why you be sleeping on Dr. Sleep?
I gotta check it out, though. Maybe some other Sam Raimi movies, too.
I mean,
but I don't even know how we got down this loophole. I looked up the Elon baby, and then Gwyneth Paltrow is in an article where apparently she says she accepts defeat in baby naming because apparently she has a 15-year-old daughter named Apple.
Yeah, I knew about that. I thought you were going to say that she's going to accept defeat because, like, it turns out that Goop was an entire, like, rink of just, like, taking the genetic material of all the people who participate. It's, like, in the contract, and she was trying to manufacture her own child, but Elon got to it first. And that's why Elon, like, has that weird
They
name.
all have to have fruit names.
Yeah.
So it turns out I'm actually one of them, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that we've been new. We knew we were, like, lab babies.
Yeah, we were, but now now we're figuring out our origin
the reasons
story.
why. Yes, this has been going on for a long time, and Elon, much like he has caused many advances in the technological community, he was the first one to really, like, streamline it.
We're just Paltrow bots.
We're kind of like the Captain America. We were the first ones that came out, but then all the data was lost, so they couldn't replicate it. But now Elon finally has found a way to replicate it, albeit an inferior version. But
would that make you Bucky, or are you Captain America and I'm Bucky?
Wait.
We'll see which one of us loses an arm first.
We'll see. Oh, dude, I'd be totally down to lose an arm if I could get like a replacement super awesome metal one. I've always said that if there ever comes a day and age.
What if the arm had its AI though, like its own, AI and you had to like coexist with it,
and
its name was Kyle?
Nah, it's Elon Musk's child. Like Elon Musk's child becomes like a messiah. Like he gives his life to stop the murder Hornet man. And then, like,
but he has to live like as a prosthetic on a human. Like he can't have his own body.
And he chooses me, and then
so you have to coexist because you see he has the power, but you have control.
Yes.
So it's like
it's kind of like that one movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. I think it's called Upgrade.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I still haven't seen it though.
It's really good.
I know, man. I've heard
really
a lot of good about it.
Oh, you should definitely see it. It's really good. But we are going on so many tangents, man. Kyle.
It kind of all revolving around the AI revolution that is inevitable.
It's true. Do you think Kyle will be our savior? He'll stop the AI revolution, Elon Musk's child? He has to grow to be better than his father, and he'll save the world.
Yeah, I think so, because Elon seems to have a very, like, pessimistic outlook on it all. Like, yeah, he almost, like, in interviews seems like he thinks it's inevitable. So maybe Kyle will be the one to be more, like, you know, the savior, as you say.
He'll save
the
us
one
all.
that sees it in a different light.
He's gonna have to stop Kim Jong-un's entrapment plans and stop the robots. We're gonna make our own little like fucking lore over here. Kyle, the Messiah child, fighting Hornet Man and Kim Jong-un.
Well, at that point, it'll be his sister, because then he'll like, you know, the truth is it was a double bluff where Kim Jong now is saying that his death was fake as a test, but in reality, he just got lucky and he actually was gonna die.
It's just like he's like a cop out, like he's faking like, no, total surgery. What surgery? Coughing up blood.
And then his sister's the one that's gonna have the what's it called? The Jong bots.
Oh, the Jong bots, the Jong droids.
Yep.
Kim Droids.
The Jong droids.
Kim Droids.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's going to be the Paltrow bots versus the Kim Droids.
Bro, the fucking North Korean government's going to come kicking down our door. You'll see.
Oh god.
Make it so much fun.
It's okay. What's that one Russian lady? Okay, so I know you brought it up, but I don't know if you've seen
something.
Yeah. There's a whole thing going on because I guess this was older, but since Kim Jong's sister became like an anime
icon
entity. Yeah, icon. It's a better word for it. She's been compared now to this other Russian like official who was also animified. I don't remember her name, but they're like, it's weird, man. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway. I don't know. Have you seen that?
Well, yeah, like it's like they're doing like this weird like Kill la Kill thing where they're making like Kim Jong-un's sister like the villainess chick, and then they're making Natalia like the hero character.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah, Natalia something. I don't remember her second. You know, those Russians, they have their very long names.
Just why?
I don't know, dude. People are fucking bored. People are really bored. We're all stuck in quarantine. We have nothing better to do other than hype up that we found one dead Japanese Hornet and that Kim Jong-un faked his death and that Elon Musk has a weird robot child. You know, we're bored as hell.
This is the canon of the world.
This is the darkest timeline, for sure.
So the video I saw was Kim Yo Jong versus Natalia Poklonskaya. Anime opening. And I'd never heard of this Natalia chick, so I was just like, what?
I didn't even know who she was until this meme thing, and then it was just like, I don't know. People are only literally doing it because they think she's hot, but they
I think there's some weird. Well, it's not even weird. It makes sense, but there's like definitely a kink now for like women in government positions.
I guess so, but it's just like it's because like people think she's hot, but like at the same time it's kind of weird because they keep using like old pictures of her, because like the picture they keep using right now, you know, the one where she's like looking pretty menacing, right?
The Kim Jong sister or the Russian
lady? Like the one
because
picture.
I know the Kim Jong sister one. It's like her like with the freaking handbag, and they're just like they're trying to kawaii-ify her.
And like for the Russian lady,
when in reality, you know, she had the the nuke codes in there.
In there, yeah, she had the keys. But like they keep putting this one picture of Natalia where she has like that blue like jacket where she's looking pretty scary. But like I think that picture of her was taken like maybe like in her 30s or something. Right now she's like 40 something, and like she's been around for a long time. So it's weird that only now people are just like, yeah, let's wifify this lady.
Are you trying to insinuate that she's been around?
Well, she has a kid, so obviously she's not. And odds are she probably had it out of wedlock, the godless heathen.
Oh. Monster. What a monster. She reminds me of the, like, you know, in FMA, Louis Armstrong, like whatever his sister.
Do you mean like his secretary?
No, it was his sister. She like lived in the north, and like she's this badass like blonde
Armstrong
military
sister.
lady.
Yeah,
the Armstrong sister. Yep.
I thought you were talking about Mustang's like secretary.
Oh no, I mean she she could get it.
Almost everybody in Full Metal Alchemist can get it, dude. Like Edward can get it.
Actually, I was about to say every female, but yeah, pretty much everybody.
Everyone
got Mustang in. They're all a bunch of pretty boys too.
But it'd be cool if when in the collapse of society, Natalia Poklonskaya becomes like a head general in the rebellion against the Kim bots, the Kim droids,
the Queen in the North,
and the murder. Yeah, the Queen of the North. She has like a pet bear. That'd be pretty sick, dude.
Nah, dude, she's been holding out the ice dragons. She's about to whip it out.
Oh shit! Is that supposed to be a euphemism for something? You little pervert, you little freak.
I mean, maybe Poklosnoya is she got a trap card up her sleeve.
Every time we say her name, it's just different. Polinskis.
Yeah.
Natalia Polinskis.
Oh gosh.
Natalia Polaroids.
No, that's definitely a thing though, because people are obsessed with that one chick from Congress too.
Oh,
the gamer girl.
Wait,
yeah.
There's a different one.
No, that's her.
Ocasio's a gamer girl.
Yeah, she plays League and Animal Crossing.
Wait, what? No way.
You didn't know about this?
No,
dude. She was gonna play League with like I think it was, some other celebrity that plays it once like. Or no, it was, she tweeted that she's like in silver, and then one of the like famous League pros tweeted at her like, yo, I'll carry you.
I have to look this up.
I'm not even kidding, dude. You have to look this up.
Holy shit.
And then this week she tweeted about like Animal Crossing.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez plays League of Legends, and she's pretty
good.
What the fuck, dude?
She's silver, dude. She might be even gold. I don't know, man.
She's better than I am.
And she's a Jinx main.
Holy shit, dude, what? Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I was already all about this chick, but this just takes it to a whole new level. This is great.
Yep. You know who else plays Animal Crossing?
Who?
Frodo.
Oh, yeah,
Elijah Wood?
I knew about Elijah Wood playing Animal Crossing, and he invited people to, like, his island and shit.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty funny, seeing those interactions.
That's crazy. Alexandra Ocasio just playing fucking League when she's not like politically roasting every other fucking like old white dude. Holy shit. She's from New York too. She's from the Bronx, dog. So she's a toughie. All those people from the Bronx are toughies.
Do you know what her like nationality is?
I can look it up real quick. I mean, she has to be Latin.
Yeah, I thought she was like Dominican or something. I'm not
sure. She's a member of the Democratic Party. Blah, blah. No, let me look for her early life. Puerto Rican.
Oh,
her father was born in the Bronx to a Puerto Rican family and became an architect. Her mother was born in Puerto Rico, so both Puerto Rican parents.
As soon as you said the Bronx, I was like,
that's how I was pretty much like, it has to be either Puerto Rican or Dominican, but
the Bronx is little PR.
Yeah, it's
basically.
Little PR of New York. Oh, so she's Puerto Rican. She's a powerful woman in Congress, and she plays
League player. I mean, she's pretty much made for you, dude. I don't know, man. If you ain't,
I don't know, dude.
Like, if you weren't gonna shoot your shot before, I think.
You know what? Fine. Let's make this a can thing. Ocasio, if you're listening, please carry me through silver. I suck, dude. I just okay. It's not that I think I suck at League, but I get bored of climbing so easy.
Yeah, it's a really stressful season to climb. I don't know if you've seen recently.
Yes. Did you see the video of
Yeah, the Boy video.
Yep. I was sad, dude.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I was sad that it got to that point where even the pros are just like, yo, I'm fucking tired of this shit. And it's not even because of the game. It's just because of the people.
And it's really tough because, I mean, we're all part of it. But it's everyone wants to look like the good guy. But it's those same people that are now, advocating for making a change that are the ones being toxic in the game. It's
there's a lot of
hypocrisy. Not easy.
I can proudly say that I have never, not once in a ranked game intentionally thrown. That might be just a factor of, I really haven't played ranked that much since, season 4, maybe. And But even in season 4, I never intentionally threw a game because I just saw it as a monumental waste of my own time to do that. Where I just, I would get pissed off, but I would still try and play even if I was going to lose because I was just what's the point of me just intentionally throwing just because I'm being a little bit petty because then I'm just wasting my own time.
I think worse than that is the people that try to bring the whole team down. If someone's doing badly up in top lane, you can definitely cover for them in the other lanes, But then there's that one person, usually the jungle, unfortunately, that's this game's shit. I'm just gonna troll now because we have a 0-5 top lane. And then it pisses the other people off, So it's one person can really ruin the whole game for everyone.
Yeah, dude. And I've never understood more than the person who's actually feeding and sucks. I've seen people who aren't even the ones who are getting stomped. They just see someone else on the team getting stomped and they decide to throw.
Exactly.
Which is what you were saying.
That's what I'm saying. It could be anyone too. I've seen a lot of AD carries do that too. Maybe because ego or something. They're well, if my mid lane is shit, my top shit, why would I try to carry these people?
Exactly.
Just I give up.
I see it in mid lane a lot too. I see it. Mostly just because the nature of the beast. It's mid lane. It's the lane for running it down. But I definitely see a lot. I have I'm gonna admit it. I'm kind of racist. I'm racist towards mid laners. I have a prejudice against mid laners. I automatically think they're all gonna fucking throw my games and they're all salty. But
are you a bit elitist towards the jungle?
I'm not an elitist towards the jungle. I just hate mid lane. I think that's whenever you play mid lane, I'm just I can't hate him because he's my boy, but I really want to. I still remember the game where you fucking played Xerath mid, and I told you not to play that Xerath mid.
Listen,
you still played that Xerath mid, and then
wait, didn't I fucking carry that shit?
No, you played it. You carried with Echo afterwards.
Oh, well, I had a really stompy Xerath game after that, so I'm just saying, one game, not enough of a pool to judge my Xerath skills, all right?
But you promised me you would carry.
Well, you win some, you lose most.
You motherfucker. Oh my god, dude. I don't know.
Dude, I feel how would you feel if they added a voice chat to League?
I would not partake. Dude, I didn't even, even when I was a kid playing, Modern Warfare back in, the 9th grade, I would never get into the public voice chat because it's just, you're asking for it at that point.
No, but I feel I don't know, man.
Imagine.
Are those games...
No, go ahead and say your thing because I want to hear your rationale.
Are those games more or less toxic than League? Any FPS with, voice chat, I feel
Uh-huh.
I guess the only example I can think of right now is Overwatch. Sure, there's always going to be the random racist person that hops in there and just starts saying the N-word, but you can't help that.
N-word.
That's been happening a lot in Valorant recently too, where it's happened to some streamers I've been watching, and Like, you can't help that, you know? Like, even if you're a streamer, like, there's no way you can predict that. All you can do is mute them, which is why I feel like it is better, because I don't know. To me, it seems less likely that you would, like, once you hear someone's voice, you're not gonna, like, curse their whole name, their generation, and their family out, you know?
Well, as far as you know, I'd care. I'd even curse their god.
Yeah, there's some people that still would, you know? Actually, yeah, it can go both ways.
You're gonna retract
it
that
can
statement?
be a tool. No, I'm still not going to, because I feel like
you're gonna die on that hill.
I would like to see League have voice chat. That's still my stance.
I know there's a side of you that wants League to have voice chat, because you know how awful it could get. I know you. I know how
awful I would be.
I know I'm no buffoon. But I mean, like, I definitely get your point. But where my point lies is just like, I think it doesn't really even have to do with a particular game. It's just the nature of the beast whenever you're playing a competitive game, especially in a ranked environment where people have something to lose. It's like an infection. It's like a corruption. It's like if Satan lived anywhere, it's in League solo queue, because he will come in and corrupt you and turn you toxic. And you already see the kind of shit people say in the all chat. Imagine hearing all that shit with all the emotion and the power and the viscera that people really mean it with, you know?
Yeah. I guess, like, I'm trying to see the glass half full, you know, the positive side, in that maybe some people wouldn't so easily, like, flame someone if they actually heard them, but I know it's the opposite, and, like, they would probably just flame harder.
Yeah. Oh boy, dude. They still nowadays sometimes, like, the other day I got on, like, Call of Duty to play a little bit, and, like, I wasn't even in the voice chat. I was just playing, and there were people going off, dude. I felt like I was back in 2009, where I would just hear people.
It's especially
just like,
the longer a game, yeah. I mean, Call of Duty's been around so long now that there's just some people out there that think they're gods. You know, they're gonna think they're always right. So
they're gods of gaming, man.
If you fuck up in their game, man, like, it's over for you.
But there are people like that in League, dude, where, like,
there's people like that in every game. Like, I agree with you on that side.
How much they so obviously and blatantly fucked up. They will die on the hill that it was everybody's fault and they're the last one to blame. No matter what. No matter how logical of an argument you could provide. It does not matter. It's like the human stubbornness is one of the most powerful things. Like, if we could harness the power of human stubbornness, we'd have unlimited resources, because some people just will not. They will not.
It's like Monsters Inc. with the screams, but just stubbornness.
But it's just toxicity.
If we could somehow channel that into energy, yeah, we'd have a very, you know, we'd have pretty much a renewable resource.
It would
unlimited.
overtake esports in how much revenue it brings to Riot.
It would overtake all renewable resources.
Riot would then encourage toxicity. It's not like they don't already.
Who needs wind power when you've got flame power?
Flame power, yes. Power hotter than the sun. That's how they're going to advertise it. This flaming is hotter than the surface of the sun.
Oh, that'd be a great collab with Sunny D. Unleash the power of the flame.
Dude, oh my god. But no, it was really, like, sad having to see. Even Red Mercy hopped on it, and what's this one channel that they recently, we were watching them a while, and they recently went to, like, face reveals, quote unquote.
I don't even know.
It was like League Champion. Is it Champion Spotlight or no?
Like the highlights channels?
It's like that channel that always does, like, covers, like, the updates and what are the changes and the patches and esports guy? Was it like LOL esports guide? No, Pro Guides, Pro Guides Challengers.
Yeah, something like that.
Even they did a video on it, and I'm like, wow, shit has to be really. Look, I haven't gone to solo queue in, like, pretty much all this season. Only, like, a couple of games at the start, but, like, shit must be really bad. Even, like, the pro players, like, the challengers are just like, no, yeah, this sucks.
I agree with all that, but I feel like it's weird because it's literally just an NA problem right now. Like, people in EU seem fine, and then obviously it's harder to tell with the Asian regions, but it feels like they're fine, and I think it's because NA just like, we like playing a bunch of games, and a lot of people have left League, and the ones that have stayed are because they have such a passion for it, or they're that addicted that, like I said, they're gonna think they're always right, and they just won't back down, and it just makes for such a toxic fan base.
I just think we Americans are toxic, man.
Yeah, in general, yeah, but that's why you move on to a different game, and I mean, go be toxic there, I guess, but
toxicity that spans servers.
I don't know. I think I don't know how to fix it, but another factor is definitely the fact that there's only 1,000 players in like whatever the top rank in League is in NA, versus like in other servers you have, I forget how many. I think it's only 200 in NA in the Grandmaster role, versus like 1,000 in other servers.
Damn.
So there's just like not nearly as many players in NA. Like, the same streamers have been around for years.
Damn.
And I'm sure that they face the same opponents over and over too. So I don't know. I really don't know how to fix it, but it is definitely, it spans beyond League of Legends. It's just a thing.
I just think
like,
Riot really has to like find a better way of like
punishing
the
bad people.
Well, not even punishing, because I feel like their punishments are good. It's like the way to better track what deserves the punishment, because I feel like you could get away with doing whatever the hell in game as long as you don't type anything, which is pretty much what they were saying in the videos, where it's just like you could be as toxic as possible gameplay wise, running it down, inting,
that's like griefing
and all that stuff,
which is still just as bad,
but like,
but it's like it's harder to track griefing in a game.
Exactly. Like,
unless we're talking like putting lava in someone else's base,
the classic gamer toxicity, putting lava in someone's house. But yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't even begin to know, because I'm not, a game dev, how they would even go about tracking that. But they definitely have to find a way, dude, because it's just like, it really does feel like shit when you're playing these games and people are fucking your shit, and you know that they're not going to get, nothing's going to happen to them for it.
And I think the saddest part is, like, at least from Riot's perspective, they would rather just move on to their other games. Like, right now, they're putting a lot of focus into Legends of Runeterra, Valorant,
TFT.
Yeah. And it's because those, like, TFT, dude, no one's going to flame in fucking TFT, dude.
Because no one can troll you in TFT.
Yeah, well, what do you even do? Exactly. Valorant, like, it has a voice chat, but like I said, aside from the one random, like, super ignorant or, like, little kid that thinks they're funny, like, you don't see that much.
Yeah, but like
trolling, I feel, but it's very early.
Eventually,
it's very young.
Yeah, it's very early, but I feel eventually if Valorant does get big enough, you're definitely going to see people who are just going to like int.
Once people are like, yeah, there's pros and people that think that they know better, there's definitely going to be more trolls, like toxicity, but.
And then like Legends of Runeterra is another one where it's just like, it's a card game, like, and you play one versus another person. Like, you don't have teammates to be able to troll you, but I don't know, dude. It'd be sad if they just like neglect that shit, because it's literally, it's like the Wild West of gaming, man. As long as you don't get fucking caught, you can get away with whatever. And the people are, it's the process of getting caught is so incompetent and shitty that you don't even have to be afraid of getting caught. Mm-hmm. As long as you don't type, you're good.
It's to me, it's especially sad because even though they could move on to these other games, like League was the originator of everything, and it's like, it's a game that's like, with its lore and story and everything, I feel, I don't know, man. It would be sad to see all of that drop.
But I'm not afraid of seeing it drop, because like League of Legends just makes too much fucking money, dude.
I want them to do like more stuff with their actual character. Like, I wish Valorant had the League characters. I understand why it doesn't, but I don't know. I guess they're still going to do, like, the RPG and stuff.
Well, yeah, so they're going to do, like, that Diablo-style one. They're going to do the fighting game. They're going to do the show, the animated show that they announced. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I just love the world more than even the game at this point.
Oh yeah, me 100% for sure, dude. Like, recently they did the reveal for Volibear rework.
Oh, and yeah, dude, that was crazy.
The way, dude, I watched the whole stream, like the whole 30-minute stream. Yeah. It was a little bit annoying because it was kind of like the way they did it. It was just like they would show like these short 5-second clips, and then you would have to wait like 5 minutes for the next one. Yeah.
So I think you probably didn't see this, but for those of you that know or like are very into Pokemon, which I think would be a good amount of you, they did something similar.
Alolan Ponyta.
Hyping up for Sword and Shield, which is like they showed this little forest, and it was literally like the same thing as the Volibear thing, where it was just a forest, and every once in a while Pokemon would walk by.
Yeah, and then they showed like
and then like sometimes Ponyta. Yeah, that's how they revealed the Galarian Ponyta.
Oh yeah, Galarian. But it was just like, wasn't it like a 24-hour stream?
Yeah, I know. It was definitely tougher. And I didn't stick around watching it. I just waited until, like the news broke, like, oh, hey, they finally showed it. But
that's why I felt kind of dumb, because it's just like immediately after the stream ended, they made like a 4-minute version of it, where it was just like all the important stuff condensed into 4 minutes with the song that they played at the end. And I was just like, well, I feel kind of dumb now, but still cool.
That's the same thing with the Pokemon thing. Yeah. They did like a 2-minute video for a 24-hour stream, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I didn't actually pay attention to the whole stream because I don't know, man. It was kind of like a wallpaper, though. Like, you just kind of throw it on, leave it in the background if you have a second monitor. And maybe once in a while you'll see like a little Pikachu walk by, but it's like...
It definitely was
It
cool.
feels that they're doing that more. Like, game companies are... Like, they've already been realized the potential of streaming.
Yeah.
But now they're, like, trying to... Like, I guess just more... What's the word? Like, more transparent? Is that right? Like, they're just, like, straight up, like, yeah, we're just going to do a stream on our main channel. Like...
Yeah.
Other than using, third parties or like smaller streamers and all that.
Yeah, I guess like, pun not intended. They're like streamlining it more.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Like the one thing I will say, it was cool seeing live how they teased the Eldritch Horror skin, because it was just like suddenly like a big Thunderstrike hit, and then the whole screen like changed color. And it was all like this weird sepia tone, and then it went like under the bridge, and all of the eyeballs started opening up, and it was pretty cool. That definitely was.
I imagine
one part
because you're staring at like just the bridge the whole time. You didn't expect that to happen.
It was pretty crazy, but I was explaining how really into the lore they're getting with like the champion reveals and now even reworks, dude. I don't think they've ever treated a rework like this. Even the last Fiddlesticks one, yeah, it had really cool stuff like the trailer with the song and everything, but to give this one like its own live stream and its own interactive thing, it's really showing that they're embracing the lore a lot more. And I'm glad that they did it with Volibear, because as you know, and as the little subs will soon
you
find
are a
out,
bear yourself. We know.
Yeah, huge bear. I'm a huge shill when it comes to like Norse mythology stuff, and since that's what like the old gods of Freljord are based off of, and that's what all Freljord is based off of. So the fact that they like put Volibear more into that line of thing, even his song is super like ancient Norse sounding, and all his lore and all that stuff. And then I also found out that the group that sings Volibear's theme in League of Legends is the same group that does the music for a show I really like called Vikings.
For who?
For you ever heard the show Vikings? It's on Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the people who sang the Volibear theme are the same people who do the soundtrack, and the singing for that show. And then, like, now they're doing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and people have been talking about how supposedly God of War 2 is going to be revealed this year. And I was just like...
Is that also, like, you're saying just the fact that it's coming out, or that it's the same music also?
For what? No, the fact that, it's just weird seeing all
Valhalla
of this
does not
shit
have to do with the music, right?
No.
That you're just saying,
I'm
like,
just
they're
saying,
doing
like,
a lot of Norse stuff.
Yeah, it's so weird that 2020 has somehow become the year of Viking stuff.
The year of the Norse.
Yeah, and it's all been in succession. First they reveal Valhalla, then they reveal.
Oh,
fucking
dude, you know what that
Valgar.
means?
What?
How to Train Your Dragon 4 is coming out.
Wait, wasn't the third one the last one?
Yeah, they're gonna bring out 4. They don't care.
They're gonna bring out 4. Yeah, okay. Where now it's the grandkids of Toothless and Hiccup.
Yeah, it's a reboot.
Yeah, his name is Cough.
It's gonna be live action now.
Yeah, his name is Cough, and they're fighting against COVID-19.
Oh gosh. Wasn't his name Hiccup? Yeah, that's okay.
Hence the joke of calling him Cough.
Yeah, no, fuck off.
But dude, it's been weird because it's just like, obviously it's a bunch of huge coincidences, but there's definitely, I don't know if you ever had a point in your lives where you feel like a lot of things are happening specifically to please you and your interests. I don't know if you know what I'm like saying.
No, I feel you. I was the same whenever there was a whole bunch of alien movies and stuff coming out, like games, movies, like just space theme, and it was like whenever Interstellar came out, then there was like Prometheus.
Oh yeah.
And Arrival, The Martian. Like there was definitely an era that was just all about like space.
Yeah, the cosmos.
And, like Elon SpaceX was coming out. Like that was when it was starting. I mean, and I don't know. For me, that was. I think there is a weird like collective consciousness almost. It makes you feel that way.
Yeah, it definitely makes
I'm
you
not
feel
sure if
that
it's
way.
real or not, but yeah.
Yeah, like that.
It feels like sometimes maybe pop culture and like just things, products coming out, they all like kind of have the same, like, I guess inspiration.
Yeah, like roadmap or something, where it's just like they're all playing off of each other on like what's hype right now. But it is really strange, dude, where it's just like all of a sudden, you're just living life and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, wow, this thing I really like is coming out. And then this completely unrelated thing is doing like the same thing that I also like. And then here's this other unrelated thing that, and it's just like, oh my God, Google's trying to make me happy this year. Because, of course, they're probably just listening to me.
Maybe like just the Norse as a trending topic has emerged. So all the companies are seeing that and they're like, yes, hop on.
I mean, I feel like that shit really happened in response to a lot of things. Like, first of all, Game of Thrones. Like, when Game of Thrones...
God of War, too, helped a lot, I think. In terms of gaming, for sure. Yeah.
But for sure, it was definitely, like, Game of Thrones definitely like, launched this time period where people are like, all right, people... Medieval fantasy.
Medieval times are back, baby.
Yeah, and everybody started making their own shit, and then God of War 2 came out, and just like, all right,
fucking
boys,
dragons now, boys.
The Vikings are back in, and it definitely just feels like a response of all these like really big things that happens, and then people just trying to jump on the bandwagon. But well, I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, recently they showed us the totally definitely gameplay of Valhalla in that Xbox thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude! I'm sure there's gonna be 100 versus 100 player battles in the game.
Dude, that was a shit show. I'm sorry. I'm an Xbox stan. Like, I love Xbox. I've been Xbox for a really long time, but boy, did they really botch it with that presentation. And it wasn't that the presentation was bad. It's just like the marketing leading up to it. Like, I don't know who was the head of marketing and like social media before that, but they kept talking about like, oh, gameplay this and gameplay that and gameplay for Valhalla specifically, and nothing.
Nope. But I don't, maybe because I'm not as like Xbox favored as you, I guess, but that feels like that's their like always their thing.
I just feel like
hype it up.
Yeah,
they're really good at hyping, but then it's always just like cinematic. There's never like I don't know.
I just feel like...
Not never, but...
They're still kind of in damage control and kind of reeling from the original Xbox One reveal. Because that went fucking horribly, dude.
Oh, yeah, wasn't that, like, similar, but instead of cinematic, it was more like, here's a bunch of, like, techno babble, made-up words.
That's, like, kind of like the pinpoint on the roadmap where people, like... go like, this was the moment where Xbox lost the console generation to PlayStation, which was sadly right at the start.
Yeah, because they were like focused on like
DRM.
how it was going to be a TV box
yeah,
and like
and it, DRM
50
and all
million
that stuff.
teraflops.
Dude, it was bad enough that the president at the time got fired and replaced with Phil Spencer. And Phil Spencer all these years has had to do like damage control.
Yeah, he's trying his best. It's just, you can only do so much. If you were a shit salesman, you can only do so much.
I don't feel like Phil Spencer is a shit. I feel like he's done a lot to.
No, okay, I don't mean like that. I mean like if you were tasked with literally selling shit, like how would you market actual shit?
Oh, like selling, like a shit shell,
like
salesman,
a turd, yes, like
the
a huge, like feces.
Yeah. It was just like it, and and he's done a lot of good jobs, since, but I really feel like he's gonna have to really stick the landing with the Series X if like Xbox really wants to stay established as a. And I feel like they are taking a good direction with like how they're focusing on things being less hardware focused and more like shared media and software, where now they're not super concerned with just like I'll have to reread on this stuff, but I know that their focus is more on just like getting more games to more people rather than focusing on like only having exclusives, because Phil Spencer's and supposedly a lot of like media analysts have agreed with him, where they say the future of gaming really does lie in licensing and how many people you can get playing your games rather than having one exclusive group. That's why they're like collaborating so much, where a lot of their games are now also on PC. Like how Halo is now also on PC and Gears is now also on PC, and they're trying to get it on phones and on different streaming services, because Phil Spencer's ideology is to get more of their games to more people in more devices of their choice.
Mm-hmm. I guess similarly, like there's less focus on like exclusives. Like obviously Kingdom Hearts finally came over.
Mm-hmm. But it's just
and a couple of other ones.
And, I guess it's a little bit of a bummer, because as gamers, we do like that competition, where we do like to say like, oh, this console has the better exclusives and all that stuff.
I always love Fable, man, up until like 3, when I guess they kind of like dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah. 3 was such a disappointment. And like Halo was great, and then...
Who would have thought that Fable players would not want a Sims game?
Yeah. God, dude.
SimCity.
That shit was awful. Fable 3 was so awful. God. But,
yeah,
I don't know.
I still stand the first two.
The first two are great.
I could always go back and play them, man. They're fun.
First two are great. But we'll see what happens, man. I know they did say that they're going to have a lot more exclusives in this console generation. But, I'm definitely, like, waiting to see what exactly is going to happen with the Series X. And I really am not even thinking too much about PlayStation, because, I mean, they're in a really good spot right now, dude. They pretty much don't have to do anything. All they have to do is release Last of Us 2, which is going through a rocky process right now, so maybe not that. But God of War 2... Well,
hasn't it been delayed like twice?
It's coming out in June, apparently, for sure this time.
Okay.
I was wondering if that's something we should play on the channel, but...
I feel like... It's very story heavy, like
it's very story heavy. I feel like it'd be hard with like how we do things. We're very like jokey and all that stuff. I feel like I'd have a hard time going like.
I think Last of Us fans would be pissed if they watched us play.
If they watched us play, like we would not be able to take any moment seriously. Maybe there'd be a few things, but you'll see there's gonna be a moment where like one of Ellie's friends just like dies horribly, and she's having a super introspective thought, and all of a sudden you're just gonna hear us go. In the middle of a sad moment, and just go like, oh, sorry. Because that's the kind of shit we fucking do. It could be a sad moment, she's crying, all of a sudden, oh. Last of Us fans would really hate that shit, so I'm probably just like, yeah, maybe.
Or just nonstop talking through the cutscenes, can you please shut the fuck up? This is my first time ever watching this gameplay. Or the other way, they're like, this is my favorite moment in the game, and I just wanted to hear it for the 50th time, even though I could just play the game myself.
I wanted you guys to hear it with me. I'm sorry, man, but it definitely isn't my thing of game. If I want to take a game seriously and really pay attention to it, I play it by myself.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I gotta get to it eventually. Like, I've been doing that with Final Fantasy Remake finally.
how have you been
I know
enjoying it?
I said I didn't want to do it. I ended up caving and bought it, and I gotta say, man, I'm hooked on the Tifa X Cloud hype.
Oh, but I mean,
I'm all in, dude.
listen, man, Tifa X Cloud is like the Lois Lane and Superman of gaming.
No, shut up. You haven't played the remake. Shut up. All right,
Yeah,
Aerith is a fucking basic.
I've watched all the remake. I've watched it. I didn't play it. I watched it, but
That's not the same.
listen, man.
You literally just said the best way to experience it is play it yourself.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Don't give me the shit.
Aerith Cloud will never happen. It doesn't matter how many other chicks want Cloud's dick in this version of the game, which is a lot, and pretty much every one of them. I'm pretty sure even all the dudes want Cloud's dick. But
Dude, I said it's freaking Final Fantasy harem make.
I mean, it's just like, why?
Is it harem or no?
Yeah,
It's not
it is
harem.
No,
right?
it's harem. It's
Yeah.
harem. But
Harem's like when something's bad in the Muslim
oh yeah,
in Islam.
that's true.
That's haram.
But even I was
Okay,
shocked,
but no, yeah,
dude.
it's literally the harem make because freaking everybody wants Cloud's dick in that game, dude. It's
Even
crazy.
you want Cloud's dick. Admit it. You're fond of his lobster.
I mean,
I'm more of a Zack Strife guy. But dude, it doesn't matter. It's always gonna be Cloud X Tifa. They're meant to be.
I never played the original. That's why I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was like this intense, but like, man, they really made this like the romance in the game. This, like, if you want to call it that, I guess. I guess that is what it is. But
It's more like intense sexual tension.
yeah, it's very intense. That's what I was gonna say. It's very like, bro. I was surprised when I saw like, I thought they were joking because at one point Jessie, who's like apparently she's a very minor character in the original, right?
Oh yeah, and
but
she
like
pretty
now
much
they made her like
dies
way more
almost
important.
immediately.
Well, thanks for the fucking spoiler, dude.
She
But
dies
anyway,
in the original. It doesn't mean she's gonna die in
I
the new
haven't
one.
played it. I don't know anything about this game.
I didn't say she dies in the remake. A lot of
Okay,
things
well, anyway,
change in the remake.
She says a joke. She's like, "Oh, drop by my place later tonight," and I was like, "Oh shit, Cloud's about to get some." And then you go to her place, and she actually is like, "Well, my roommates are going to be gone tomorrow. You should come back." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Let's get it. You're gonna have one of those like God of War like quick time event fucks.
I was not expecting that, to say the least. I don't know. I thought Final Fantasy was just all like implied, like, you know, it's all about just the boys. But I guess that's 15 or no, 14? No, 15. Yeah.
Final Fantasy fucks.
There's too many goddamn Final
There
Fantasies,
is,
dude.
there
They
is.
need to relax.
The Final Fantasy will be the first fantasy. That'll be the last Final
Also,
Fantasy.
isn't this
game.
just part 1? Like, they're gonna probably do a
Yeah.
part 2, right?
And part 3, and maybe even part 4. Who knows?
No
Probably
way.
a part 5. You know what? Just to round it
God.
out with the title, it'll probably end in part 7.
Final Fantasy 7 remake part 7.
The final chapter.
Sephiroth's baby.
Sephiroth finally brings past Sephiroth and
Oh
a
no,
little
actually,
less
yeah, in
past
part
Sephiroth.
7, Sephiroth has a kid in part 7, and they're like, actually,
And
we're
his
making
name is
Final
Kyle.
Fantasy 7 2, part 1.
Sephiroth's baby is named Kyle.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ, dude. Well,
I would not be surprised, though, considering there's like, at least with 10, right? It was Final Fantasy 10-1 and then 10-2. So what if they legit, like, they have a Final Fantasy 7 remake part 2, and then they have Final Fantasy 7-2 remake?
I mean, they did the same thing with 13. There was like Final Fantasy 13, then Final Fantasy 13-2, Lightning Returns or something like that. I don't know.
And there was a 3, wasn't there?
I think so. I think 3 was
I
Lightning
think
Returns.
3 was Lightning Returns, yeah. Oh, God. I mean, I don't know. I'm invested so far. Like, I get the criticisms that some people, well, mainly Donkey was like, you know, I do think that games have been trending more towards, like, you like push yourself through the cutscenes to get to the good gameplay rather than, going through a lot of like grind to get to a cool cutscene. It's like kind of the opposite, but I don't know. I actually really like the storytelling, I guess you could say, in the new one.
What I can't stand most of the time is the voice acting.
I can, because I got through Kingdom Hearts, man. At this point, I can get through anything.
Oh, well, yeah, you get used to it through the adversity. But for me, dude, like, I dropped off of, like, dubbed stuff very early on into, like, my gaming career. Like, by the time the Naruto games started coming out, like the Storm games, I was already switching the dub to the sub because I couldn't take it. So I'm definitely not used to dubbed media. So listening to it just drives me insane.
Do you think it's the same for Japanese people watching it? Like, do you think there's some that are just super jaded to the Japanese voice? Like, they're just like, I can't stand this shit?
I've actually heard, like, testimonials of, like, a lot of Japanese people saying, like, sometimes anime is hard to watch because even Japanese people don't fucking talk like that, like in real life.
Well, exactly. So, that's why we don't usually like dubs, because it sounds like super cartoony and like exaggerated.
The only reason,
but I'm pretty sure it's the same for them.
Yeah, it's kind of, because even then, like, I've also heard testimonials of people who are like bilingual in Japan, and they still say like the English version sounds even more overacted than the sub. But for me, it's more of a lip syncing thing. And a more of a, in the English dub, they'll literally add a sound to anything. Like, I think Donkey was making a joke of that in his video, where it's just like, nobody makes a noise to turn their head. Like, it's like, I can't stand that shit. It drives me insane.
I think maybe at this point, I'm just so used to it, dude. I don't know. I'm sure maybe at some point I would get tired, but I don't play that many. Like, this is literally my first, other than 10, I think it's the only other Final Fantasy I've played, so I don't know. I don't mind it that much, and I guess compared to like fucking Kingdom Hearts, dude, anything feels like gold. So
yeah, oh yeah, dude.
But one thing I really like too, that I guess it might be not a good thing, but I find it hilarious, is like, for some reason it feels very Sonic 06. Like, everyone in Midgar, like all the people, they look like just regular fucking people that would be in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're dressed like modern people. They act like and talk like them. But then here comes Cloud with his big ass sword, just anime, hair. Man. Like,
yeah,
it's so weird,
Barrett
but I love it.
Gun arm.
Yeah, Barrett. He looks so out of place compared to everyone else, and it's like, how are these people on the train not freaking out that there's a cyborg man with a gun arm? Like, and they're just in their suit, like, going to work. They're 10 to 5 or whatever. They're 8 to 5.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's such a funny misnomer, but I don't know, man. I've actually been trying to find new games to play right now, because, like, I haven't been playing anything other than, like, Monster Hunter and Teamfight Tactics. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because, like, Last of Us, I can't play any PlayStation games because I don't have a PlayStation here. And I don't know if there's anything else coming out soon other than The Last of Us. So I'm pretty much just playing a bunch of old games. So it's a good thing that you were able to talk about a new game, because I have nothing.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get through that, and then I'm probably finally gonna start Persona 5, because that's another one that I feel like I'm only really gonna enjoy it if I just play it alone, by myself, you know, non-recorded or streamed or anything, because I tried streaming it a while ago, and it's a grind, man. It's a long game, and I feel like maybe it's just me, because the way I'm used to making content, I get very impatient, and when I'm streaming or recording, like, I want to get shit done, you know, so it's not a waste of time for the viewers. And with a game like Persona, I feel like you have to take your time to explore and, like, you know, in menus, figure out all the different fusions and get the best skills and all that. Similar with, like, Final Fantasy, like, when I don't know, if I was a viewer, I would get bored if I just saw someone, like, menu browsing, like, for materia or, like, skills and all that.
That's one of the reasons why, even though I love the Witcher games, I would never do a playthrough or maybe even a stream of them, because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of menu browsing. There's a lot of side questing.
Yeah, that's kind of like RPGs in general. So
yeah, so it's definitely. I mean, streamers would really have to be very enthusiastic like to be like, no, yeah, we don't care. So fucking screens
or
are
super chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some streamers that are just like they're okay with sitting in silence for 10 minutes, and their chat is okay with that too. But that's not my audience, and that's not me.
I
so.
hear you. But we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely thinking of other games that we could do. I mean, we just recently started uploading Cuphead, but I've definitely been thinking about like other stuff. It would probably be like definitely maybe older games, not old, but like probably games that have already come out.
Are we gonna start a carrying you to gold series once a week?
I mean, shit. If the little subs want that, dude, like I do like.
Bro, I'm down. I think it'd be funny to edit it like a super highlighted thing. Like we record like most of the time just in the background, but then like maybe there's only like one clip per game, you know, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was a loss.
I mean, hell, like, yeah. I mean, for the people watching this podcast, if you guys would like us to see us do
it could be like series, a once a week thing, you know, like it wouldn't be a per episode.
Yeah.
Kind of,
but it's definitely gonna
that'd be later on, you know. We should definitely find something more.
Yeah. Like, don't expect us to climb very high. But we'll do our best.
Hey, I only promise gold. All right, I can't promise any higher than that because I've never made it any higher myself.
Oh shit!
Except 20 years ago.
It'd be fucking badass if we could like fucking plat or something like recorded like that. But we'll see. I've also been thinking another game that would be cool, but you would definitely have to play. It would be like something like Shadow of the Colossus. And
oh yeah. Well, you said you know that game like
like
it's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah,
so
I love.
I don't. I've only beat it once, the original, and then once the remake.
Then you should definitely play it because like fuck.
And the weird thing, or not weird, but I've heard that there's a lot of like, once you beat the main story, there's like a lot of collectibles, and I never even knew.
Yeah, there's a lot of other side stuff, a lot of other like items you can get, and there's like a
it doesn't
time
seem
attack.
like the game that would have that.
There's like a time attack version, and it unlocks like secret Easter eggs around the map and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. That sounds, I don't know. I'm always down because that game is like beautiful too.
Oh yeah.
Just to look at.
I've never played the remastered version, so that'd be one that's pretty great to try.
Oh, dude. Okay,
now I'm excited. I'm excited for this climbing series and Shadow of the Colossus. We'll get to planning that, little subs, we promise. But for now, we're already like almost an hour and 20 minutes into this.
Get a little extra bonus spice today.
Oh yeah, a little spice.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's when the French people, they do the mwah for their food. You just make it extra spicy.
Well, speaking of spice, I got to take a massive dump. So.
You do? Oh, speaking of spice, I got to take a huge nap. So.
Oh.
Until the next podcast, little subs, where we see what other crazy escapades all the rich people of the world get up to.
I love you.
I don't.